5 schools in the area. Those have been Portfield School, Montacute School, Victoria Education Centre, Linwood School, and finally Winchelsea School. All very, very different schools, all fantastic. We've had an amazing time in working with their students. And each school has presented us with different ways of working as well. So in some of those schools, in some of those settings, many of the pupils are non-verbal. So we've looked at including as much as possible signing or Macathon. We've had loads of support from all of the staff and TAs with that. You know, these things don't happen without those members as well. We've looked at using pictures. So initially when we started our composition process, we were using lots of pictures to just get our students really thinking about that theme of night and sounds and anything to do with the nighttime that they were just going to inspire their own composition. So pictures has been really, really useful for this. But also we've used different musical starting points as well. So sometimes I've gone in with a musical idea and given them options really, so they can hear musically what kind of sound it is that they're after for their ideas. So those are just some of the methods that we've used, but also we've done a lot of improvising. That's making music up on the spot, and jazz music uses that process of improvisation a lot. So it's been really nice to introduce the students to using that as well within our compositions.
Dreaming in my bed, sleep and dream. Songs in my head, sleep and dream. Dancing under starlight in the middle of the night.
Projects like this create such a wonderful sense of community for our students. They give our students an opportunity to work together to create something and also to perform like they did today, performing to the rest of the school, which was just wonderful. Music creates such an energy and gives our school life and soul, and is such an important part of what we do at Montacute. The project was such a wonderful thing to be part of.
Go on, Tommy.
They get so much out of this kind of project. Just being together, being a team, being an orchestra and writing music together is just so good for their creativity. And then to have the opportunity to obviously perform in front of the whole school is fantastic for their confidence, and they really get so much enjoyment out of it.
Children have been joining in, learning improvisation, jazz, and also Sam has put together with all the schools their own little school tune, which has been fantastic. All the children come up with some ideas, and mostly have come up with Moonlight and Creatures.
think they get so much enjoyment. You can just tell by their enjoyment, their faces, the smiles, the reactions, and for them to be part, or like for anybody to be part of a group made up of some great professional musicians that are, you know, guided into performing as well. Anybody gets enjoyment out of that, but I think these schools especially, there's so much effort goes into creation and music and art and everything like that, so they really do come out of it with this big smile on their face and a sense of achievement. So I always kind of drive home from these with a bit of a spring in my step, because it just is very uplifting to see the benefit of what Sam and is doing, and all of us taking part, and the benefit that they get. So it's brilliant. It's absolutely fantastic to be involved in.
When we're working on a project like this, obviously it's all about the students that are participating, and you know, as we've had our performances in our different schools, it's been fascinating to see how our students have reacted, how they've interacted, and what they've got out of it. And I guess sometimes I'm not always the one that sees it, but we've had such positive feedback from members of staff who've sort of said to us, oh, did you see how so-and-so was, you know, managed to watch the whole performance, or did you see how they were able to self-regulate themselves? So it's always really fascinating. It's not necessarily so much about their musical performance, but it's a much broader picture. You know, have they managed to cope with all of the different sounds? How are they coping with the different situations that they find themselves in when there's new members of staff coming into the schools and things? So it's been a fascinating journey, and I think a really rewarding one, not only for the participants, but we've made put a real emphasis on the performance of this project as well. So actually our members of the audience are just important, and for them to have that process an opportunity to have some live music happening in the school again is a big step, especially post-pandemic, when, you know, we've not had so many visitors into our SEND schools. It's been a big step up, and they've coped and been a fantastic audience and really welcomed us, so it's been very special.